You have you along today. Surf sitting in with you. Just got a fax just a little while ago for a Nuggets today. This is a great fax. The fax reads, it's John Anderson's birthday. My daughter, Sarah, who's a big Yes fan, is also celebrating her birthday. Could you play some Yes? Could you play it after 12:30? Because that's when she goes to lunch and she can listen. Much appreciated. Jerry, her dear old dad. What a nice guy here. Sarah, I hope you're listening. This one's for you. We'll let John Anderson intro this song, as a matter of fact, on the Classic Rock Station.
Hello, this is John Anderson, and you're listening to Surf on 94 WYSP, Philadelphia's classic rock and roll station.
I've seen all good people turn their head.
Live Frampton. And another great track from our Classic Rocktober featured band today, Yes, as we celebrate John Anderson's 50th birthday today. Surf with you this afternoon. Is that number? These guys have passed through town a couple of times this year in 1994, and always a treat to see them, especially when they perform in the round. Here's Yes. They're our Classic Rocktober featured artists today on the Classic Rock Station, 94 WYSP. We started out that whole thing with Long Distance to Fish from Yes, our Classic Rocktober artist today. Tell you what, so much great music from this band over the years. We get lots more to come for you. And tonight at midnight, 94 WYSP features our Midnight Classic CD. Pam Early is going to be tracking the Yes album from Yes, our featured artist today. So join us for that. We do it every Tuesday night at midnight, by the way. And of course, Yes tonight being the featured artist, the Midnight Classic CD exclusively on the Classic Rock Station. I'm Surf. Good to have you along with us. I was looking back at my archives here, and I noticed that exactly 4 years ago today, on John Anderson's birthday, I was in Los Angeles. I sat down with Chris Squire and John Anderson. These guys hadn't talked in a couple of years, and we had a conversation about the future of Yes. We'll hear a little snippet of that and get into a whole long flotilla of rock and roll with some classic Yes next. Good rock and roll for you this afternoon. Russ Albums is coming up in the next hour. I see he's got some Beatles. He's got a classic from the Grateful Dead, got some Rolling Stones, and more from Yes, our Classic Rocktober artist today. I caught up with these guys 4 years ago today. Sat down with Chris Squire and John Anderson. At the time, they had not talked for years. There had been some rumors floating around about a reunion. I asked them about it, and here's what they had to say on the Classic Rock Station, 94 WYSP.
Yeah, there's an idea in the works of getting together and doing some touring next year, and also a possible retrospective album.
Yeah, I think one of the things about over the years, you never realized you were going to work with so many different lineups, if you like, of musicians, and now the time's come that we should really get all together and try it out, maybe as an 8-piece, 7-piece, 8-piece group. It's just a question of timing, making sure everybody's available, and making sure the feeling is right to do it. It's probably a very good time. So we're thinking about next spring or something like that. We'll all get together, get on the stage and do it. It'd be good.
It was good. They get together, and of course, they've been through town a couple of times this year. Our Classic Rocktober featured artist today, it's Yes, on the Classic Rock Station, 94 WYSP. Surf's up, chin chin, baby, rock on. You only rock once.
I can feel no sense of measure, no ill.
Hop in for a fun time. Classic Rocktober, we are featuring Yes today. Now, this band's had 11 members. It began with a couple of guys from the Warriors meeting a guy from Savoy Brown in a pub, okay? John Anderson and Tony Kaye were in the Warriors. They got Bruford from Savoy Brown, Peter Banks, who was doing session work, and they formed Yes. Well, the first album didn't go too hot, so Peter Banks split to form Flash. Steve Howe came in from a band named Tomorrow. Then Tony Kaye left to play with Bowie and formed Detective. He was, of course, replaced by Rick Wakeman, who came from the Straubs. Bruford left to form King Crimson and enter Alan White from Sessions and playing in the Plastic Ono band with John Lennon. Then Wakeman goes solo. Enter Patrick Moraz, who came from a band called Refugee. And then a new Yes appeared on the scene. Trevor Horn, Jeff Downs from the Buggles, and then Trevor Rabin, who came in about 1983. So through those 11 members, most of them tour nowadays. It's a pretty big extravaganza and a great show. So if you missed them this last tour, do catch them when they roll around. It's absolutely Phantasmagoric. We'll do some Yes coming up next on the Classic Rock Station.
Joe, Timmy, look at this big building. Wow, and look at that big radio tower. Yeah, you think we should trick or treat here? Yeah, come on.
Welcome to WYSP's Classic Rocktober.
Wow, that sure is a cool mask.
Yeah, can we have some candy?
But of course. Now take it and go.
Hey, look at all this great stuff. Yeah, look, it's the featured artist of the day.
Whoa, man, it's Yes.
Hey, and look, he also gave us a ticket to see the Grease Man, who's live in town all week.
Okay, but I get this one. It says the Eagles and the Redskins play Sunday, and we can hear it all on WYSP.
Don't worry, it's only classic rock music. It can't hurt you.
It's a classic Rocktober.
Wow, wait till we show all our friends.
The classic rock station, 94 WYSP.
Russ Albums reminding you that Yes, tonight at 10 o'clock, you will get a concert performance from Yes, and the Midnight Classic with Pam Early is going to be the Yes album in its entirety, unexpurgated or edited, full and complete for your listening edification. Hey, as you're cruising home on your drive at 5, you're not alone cussing the potholes out. A magazine called Overdrive that's printed for the truckers of the United States have listed roads in around Philadelphia for the 4th straight year, the worst in the nation. Wow. They say we are featuring Yes today in Classic Rocktober. Their first gig came in November 1968. It was opening for Cream's farewell show in London. Needless to say, that put them in front of a lot of people, including the record company executives. And that began their stratospheric rise to superstardom. It's Yes, our Classic Rocktober feature artist of the day on the Classic Rock Station, 94 WYSP. Yes's first album kind of stiffed in the United States, and the record company was considering pulling the plug on him. And that inspired a little fear in Tony Banks, who left the band to form Flash. Enter Superman, Steve Howe from Tomorrow. His guitar slinging and composing took their second album gold, and they've collected a stack of them ever since. Our Classic Rocktober feature artist of the day is Yes on 94 WYSP. Russ Albums, it is Classic Rocktober, and we are featuring Yes today. Absolutely tremendous band. Probably the most widely known flare-up and departure from the band was in 1973 when the internal conflict between the teetotaling vegetarians and the meat-eating beer drinker came out. Resulted in Wakeman going solo and putting out 7 albums of his own. But he's back in the fold in the 90s, and they're sounding great. And we'll kick off the drive at 5 next with another taste of Yes on the Classic Rock Station.
For some Yes from the Midnight album.
On featured artist of the day, Yes. This is Pam Early. Hope you're ready to enjoy some great classic live Yes right here on the Classic Rock Station, 94 WYSP. 94 WYSP, the classic rock station, home of the 20-song music marathon, home of Classic Rocktober. Yes, in concert, our featured artist of the day. This is Pam Murley. And every day for the rest of this month, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock, you get a great classic live performance from our featured artist of the day. And Classic Rocktober brought to you by U.S. Healthcare. 1.7 million Americans have turned to U.S. Healthcare for a healthier way. U.S. Healthcare, a health plan for living.
Here's the John Andrews.